In my truck, I have an 18-speed transmission. I always start off, I'm always in the high side. The low side is like a deep reduction, so I always start off in the high side with my button pushed forward when I'm going through my first 4 gears. Like these videos here, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter how you do it or what you think's right or wrong. I got asked how I do things, and this is how I do things. It's not about this is the only way to do it, this is the right way to do it, this is the wrong way to do it. It's not that. It's me trying to explain how I do things. So hopefully we understand that. So with that being said, my button's pushed forward, and I'm about to get on the road. Now what I'm going to try to do here, this stuff that I'm pulling is thin, and it will knock me back and forth. So you have to watch it. You'll kind of see me move back and forth. You can kind of watch this and other indicators to see that it kind of jerks me when I shift. So you gotta time your shifts with the surge. The liquid moving back and forth. And I'll show you what it looks like when you don't time your shift right. Hopefully I don't tear anything.
So is that a big factor in how much the surge is, depending on how thick or how thin the product is?
Usually, the thinner the product, the more it's going to wear you out. The thicker the product, you can kind of time it. You can kind of be, I guess you would say, a little less careless, but you don't want to count on that, because sometimes when it is thick like that, it'll really, really knock the hell out of you, just a little bit slower. Now this load is constantly moving side to side, back and forth. It doesn't matter what you're doing. So when you're down on the road and you see something, that's why you got to be very, very careful and watch way ahead of you about situations coming up, because you don't want to be cutting your steering wheel. You do not want to be doing that going down the road at 70 miles an hour or around a curve or anything. You do not chop your wheel. You make everything fluent. You see some of these super truckers that cut across, they'll turn their turn signal on when they're passing somebody, and they'll just chop the wheel back over. You don't do that, because you're going to get the load to start moving back and forth. And if you do that, if you cut around like that, and you're moving back and forth like that, you're going to cause that load to shift on you, and you're probably going to go over. So you got to be very careful here. So, all right. Now I just went into second gear. I'm not getting on the throttle much. You want to feather out your pedal. You don't want to be gassing on it or hitting it hard, because that load, when that thing surges, it's hard on your drivetrain too. You know what I'm saying? So you want to just take it easy. Right there. I got the crap knocked out of me just a little bit right there.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah. So. With these A-Cert Caterpillars, that's what I got, an A-Cert Cat, and this thing has got a really good jake brake, so I'll make sure my jake brake's off. You might want to turn your jake brake off when you're shifting at all with the liquid load until you get really good at shifting that way with the jake on, because it will catch you 9 times out of 10. It'll catch you off guard. All right, now here's a good one here. Now, I'm stopping a stoplight on a decline, or an incline, rather. This is where it really gets tricky. This is the reason why I hate stopping on large hills with, at a stoplight, because when you take off, this thing will just hold your brake more than you would anything else, because when this thing is surging, it will jerk you back like that. No questions asked. Without warning, it'll jerk you right back. So I'm holding my brake. I'm taking off until the clutch got it good. I'm not getting in a hurry. I'm not mashing my throttle. Don't worry about traffic. There, it just surged. Don't worry about traffic. Don't worry about other truck drivers. You drive your truck. Right there, it just surged again. Once it surges, you can go ahead and mash your throttle down a little bit more. But you don't want to hammer dog into the next gear until there it goes. It just surged again. You want to wait till it gets back to the back of the trailer and then start to accelerate. Alright, I'm coming up on a stoplight here. Give yourself plenty of room to brake and to make corrections, because pulling liquid tanker, whole different ballgame. Scoot over, stupid. Yeah, they just caught me being mean to another truck driver.
So you definitely don't want to have any sudden stops.
No, you want
a tanker.
No,
unlike Reaper
right.
or Dry Van, where you can kind of, there's nothing really moving. I mean, you might feel the load shift if you stomp it really hard. Maybe the pallets might move, but it ain't gonna knock you forward like this will.
No, and see, I think the camera just showed it while I was sitting there. The load's moving back and forth while I was sitting there, so it was hitting me while I was sitting. So you don't want to go around a curve like this. See, I'm getting ready to get on the on-ramp. You do not want to hammer it around that, because you think it might be good, and you're hammering around a curve like that, and all of a sudden the load will shift on you, and it'll damn near stop your truck right there in its tracks. You want to be careful. Everything needs to be good and precise. See how I'm not hammering my throttle?
So basically, slow and steady.
Slow and steady, buddy. You're not out here to win any races. You know, your takeoffs with these things also will help out your fuel mileage too. Just ease it through here. There we go.
Yeah,
nice.
We know those large cars are really good at fuel mileage.
Oh, they are.
You can save anywhere you can with those things.
Right there, it hit me pretty good, but I anticipated it happening. I come off my throttle, so I didn't hammer right back in it. If I hammered right back in it, it would have